All right, I'm on a little bit of a roll today. I've only had a cup and a half of coffee, and I somehow feel good enough to make this video. What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well, enjoying your day so far. This is actually a stretch back to a breakdown I did of an hour-plus rant that Hex and Nadeshot had towards Call of Duty, the players, and the league, and a lot of the issues within it. And I wanted to take one little tidbit to poke your guys' brains at what you think about this. Now, I could be misinterpreting Nadeshot's words here, so I want you to listen closely and see what you think about this. But during Optic Hex and Nadeshot's rant about Call of Duty and the future of it competitively, he actually had a really hot take. Even he prefaced by saying, super hot take, that Call of Duty should go and shut down all of these third-party sites and wager sites and tournament sites. That's how I interpreted it, and I'm not really sure what he meant by this. When I first heard him say this, I was like, whoa, that sounds like an awful idea. Then I sat back and I cracked a couple seltzers and I was like, wait, maybe he's right. Maybe the Call of Duty scene has become so goddamn saturated with $500, $2,500, $5,000, $10K events where you see people winning them every single day, where I think what I took from it, he wants to consolidate the Call of Duty tournament scene so you have a limited number of events, whether it's for Call of Duty and Warzone or separately, where they actually mean something, right? When Huskers and Aiden and Joe Woe and whoever it might be at the top of the Warzone and Call of Duty list actually go out and win events, it's oftentimes overlooked, right? You can't keep up with all of them, so why not consolidate and only have a few TOs out there, or what he thinks, maybe just officially run events to keep the scene from over-flooding itself. That's how I interpreted it. What do you guys think? Here's Nadeshot saying more.
All they have to do is add, display it.
Yeah, hot take. I completely agree on all the ranking stuff. Like, you got to be proud of what you've earned and what you achieved. I'm gonna throw a hot take out. I wish I had one of the another professional player. I mean, you beat me on land, so maybe you'd be considered professional too.
I did. I am 1-0 against you in land.
You know what? The problem that I think happened a long time ago that doesn't get talked enough about is how we. I'm gonna try to deliver this the right way.
Yeah.
And my COVID brain fog is still hitting me. Activision needs to shut down every single tournament website except for one. All right? The worst thing that ever happened to competitive Call of Duty, among all the other things that we just talked about and all the things that didn't happen, is when we had 4 different search and destroy tournament websites where people could play wagers. You had a tournament that was pumping every 30 minutes, and everybody, it used to be when you won a 2v2 S&D kickoff, you walked away with like $2,500, and when you tweeted out that you were the 2v2 kickoff winner, everybody was looking at that tweet. And for the last like 4 fucking years, 5 years, I just see every 15 minutes, 2v2, one and done, kickoff tournament, 3v3, S&D, Bocage only, tournament winners. We ruined the one thing that we had going for ourselves when Activision didn't give us a ranked play system and Major League Gaming back in the day gave us game battles. The worst mistake that ever happened was allowing other websites to hijack Call of Duty IP and throw tournaments so that they could take 40% of prize earnings from every tournament that they threw. The prestige of winning any other tournament aside from a major on stage were those S&D tournaments, and then they were just gone because nobody cared anymore, and we self-consumed too quickly, and it killed all the things that we had to play for. Because back in the day, that's what we were streaming too. Me and Seth were sitting there playing Slums S&D, Aftermath, all these S&D tournaments on one website. Well, it was Game Battles and UMG. Even then, I think that was a mistake, but there needs to be one universal website where all of these tournaments that players signed up for compete on. If we're not going to get rank play, they got to give us something. And it needs to be cease and desist for all the tournament websites. If you own one of them, and I know you, I'm fucking sorry, but
I'm so sorry.
We cannibalize our own community by having all of these tournaments that don't fucking matter because there's too many of them.
Yeah. And look, again, I'm with Nade. If you own one of these tournament websites, we apologize. But he is right.
You're catching strays out here.
And the thing is like, if we go by my personal rule of always do what's best for X, right? Whether it's for Optic or whether it's for Call of Duty in this instance, like, we need to go down that route. How easy do you think, Matt, it would be for them to say, face it, can you do this ELO shit for us, please? You did it for Battalion 1944. You've done it for all of these other first-person shooters. Can we pay? We got it. We invested it. You know what I mean? Can we do that? We need something to be aspirational. I'm telling you, it is nothing and will continue to be nothing to just the fact that people don't even compete for prestigious Warzone. Like Crimsix brought up like an incredible point that I hadn't thought about either. What would have happened if Warzone wasn't around when COVID dropped? Like the interest of people in Call of Duty would have dwindled a fucking ton, right? Can we make something that people can compete on and just one that's exclusive? Because I hadn't even thought about that, right? Because that was mega important too. I mean, to this day, I'm still playing game battles matches, right? So that tells you like the importance. What was the point of buying MLG? Give MLG back to Sonny and Sepso. Have Adam change, well, just change Esports Engine back to MLG and let that be a thing on its own. Let them do instinctively what they've done their entire careers that we all sort of jived with, right? Like it's there. The history will repeat itself if we're not careful, and we have the opportunity to like right the ship now.
Dog, I feel like I'm back in 2011 at the first ever MLG event. Like you said earlier, we were just like in a corner with nobody watching us. We had like 10 chairs set up. Only 2 of them were filled. Oh my God.
Coaches were on their knees. Ego was breathing on Rambo and big timers like this. Yeah, that's my boy Ego. But
man, all these things just have always been so obvious, and we just haven't had a single point of actionable steps taken to actually improve.
And yeah, that's really, really interesting. I'm trying to compare this to other scenes out there, and I really am struggling because it seems for like your Code Reds and your eFuse and your Boom TVs, and they have a lot of other websites out there doing smaller events as well. It seems that a lot of esports do have them, but some certainly don't. For CSGO, at least in my opinion, when I watch CSGO, I only watch the big events, and I'm pretty sure most of the time, especially compared to Call of Duty and Warzone, most CSGO events that are broadcast are big events. And that's it. There's no $5,000 wagers, 2v2. Of course, you can't do that necessarily in CSGO anyway. And so when I watch CSGO, it's for big events, and it typically means something. But on the flip side of that, maybe that's a really bad example because there's CSGO events just about every single weekend that are still technically big events. So I'm trying to take away what Nadeshot is actually saying here, but especially pertaining to Call of Duty and Warzone. What do you guys think about it? Is it oversaturated? Do all of these tournaments even mean anything? And I definitely understand because I'm always checking Twitter, and literally every day you refresh Twitter, there's a $10,000 event, $15,000 event, 25, 50K, whatever mixed event they can think of. But also, does that add benefit to the scene as well and its future? It makes for a great friggin' debate. So what do you guys think about Nadeshot saying that third-party sites should be shut down by Call of Duty? Certainly a hot take. I think people are going to have a wide variety of opinions. So leave yours down below. Until next time, do me a favor, all right? Drink up. Okay, bye.